Good afternoon, everyone. I am doing this video in honor of Mommy and Nana. It is the anniversary of their passing. Of course, you guys know they both decided to check out on the same day. On Mommy, January 31st, 2016, and Nana right behind her, January 31st, 2018, 2 years later. Who would have thought, right? But, that's Nana and Mommy. They were like, two little hummingbirds right together. But I have a lot of memories of Mom and Nana all floating around up in here somewhere. A lot. It's too many for me to go through. So what I did was ask friends and family to just send me little short snippet videos of a memorable moment or, something that was near and dear to them, and just send it, and I was combining it all together on this video. So, my memorable moment for Nana will actually be in the video clip. But Mom, I had a lot of memorable moments with her as well. Probably the first one was I would be here, getting ready to go to work in the morning, and I would get dressed, leave out. Within 10 minutes, I'm on my way to work. The phone starts ringing. It's Mommy. And I'm like, hello? I'm thinking something's wrong, nothing's wrong. Oh, hey, and I'm like, okay, why's she calling? This is what I'm thinking in my mind. But she's just like, hey, it's, she's telling me some blah, blah, blah. She's really telling me nothing. And I'm like, Mom, I just left like 10 minutes ago. Why are you calling? And she was like, well, I just wanted to tell you whatever. So that was our little song and dance. Probably every day she did it. So I guess, I became her bestie or whatever. But as soon as I would leave, she felt like she had to call and tell me something. And then by the time I get to work, which was, a couple of hours later, Mom was calling. She loved to watch her stories and her music videos. She would call and be like, hey, T. And I'm like, you guys know I work for Verizon, so I'm an inbound call center. And I'm thinking, okay, it's the middle of the day. Why is Mommy calling? All right, hello? Is something wrong? You, Nana? She's like, no. Guess what, girl? Guess what happened to all my children? And I'm like, Mom, you know I'm at work, right? You can't be calling me like this. And I was like, Mom, you got to learn how to text. If you text, then, I could answer you pretty quickly. We could talk, whatever. So that went on. And then, of course, girlfriend learned how to text, and she was texting me off the hook all the time. Sometimes she would be texting my friends, and she didn't even know it. And then she's like, T, did you get that text I sent you? And I'm like, Mom, you didn't send me a text. And then she's like, oh, I know I sent you a text. When you come home, you can check my phone and see. I get home, I look in there, I'm going through her phone, and I'm like, Mom, you didn't text me. This is not me. I don't know who this is, but this is not me. You see, this is me over here with the picture. There's a picture of me. TJ, that's your daughter. That's me. And she was like, oh, well, okay. So I said, you better go and text them people and tell them you didn't mean to text them. And she would send, oh, hey, I thought I was texting my daughter. Sorry. But those are just some of the things that, me and my mom would laugh about. And really, I wish at this point that I could get one of those calls that she would be calling me as soon as I leave out or I go to work, or calling me to talk about, I would, anything. I would die to have one of those calls right about now. So she's probably laughing like, you miss it, don't you? But that was Mommy. But as you'll see in the videos, everybody has, their story about how they felt about Nana and Mommy, with that, what they meant to them. And this is just a short little video. I don't want to go on and on because I could, but I'm not gonna. Just wanted them to know that we love them and we miss them, and that's it.
So let's start with Judy. The first thing I can remember, or even that comes to my mind, is her blonde hair. You would think that her hair was naturally blonde, like she didn't play. I've actually never seen her hair black. Now that I'm thinking about it, I've never seen her hair black. That's one thing she stayed on top of. And she low-key used to scare me because she used to give us this look and she just had so much like dominance in her voice and like demanding, but it was all out of love. But yeah, she was so sweet. Um, Through all of like what she was going through, she still remained a great person. She was always so sweet. She would always, make us laugh, me and my brother for sure. But yeah, now Nana, her wigs, I just always remember like them just being lined up on like on the dresser, all of her clothes, her nails. One thing about her nails had to be done. She didn't play by her nails. Now both of them, that cooking, oh my gosh, the cooking so good. Literally always making sure dinner was done by 5 o'clock. Like that is like a staple. Like everything is being done by 5, and it was just so good. But yeah, those are a few things that I remember about them, and things that I remember.
My biggest memory of Mom Dukes, besides dropping a whole plate of food and her not killing me, was simply she was the second most apprehensive person I was scared about meeting when coming into the family. And the way she treated me from day one was just unbelievable. Both me and my mother, who I was completely nervous about the two of them even being together in the same room. For reasons I won't get into, just not knowing. But just the way she treated me from day one, like I was a son, like if I was Reese or Tanya, really was no difference whatsoever. So I love her for that, more than she would ever know. I probably didn't express that to her while she was here, and I regret that. But just the way she treated me from day one, and like I said, she was the second most person I was apprehensive about meeting, and that's it.
I miss all the good memories we had, and I'm gonna miss you both. I love you.
What's going on, everybody? Just came on here real quick to give honor where honor's due. Happy birthday to Grandma Judy. Happy anniversary, to the both of them, Grandma Judy and Nana Murtis. Not gonna lie, I still don't feel real. So I have my days where I think about how they're not here, and especially how Grandma Judy's not here, because it was just so unexpected. But every day I am grateful that I got to experience them. Not many grandkids can say that they get to experience probably the majority of their grandparents, and I have, and I'm grateful for every moment that I have with them. I know to most people, they may have like these really, elaborate memories, and I have plenty of those, but I think one of the most memorable moments of spending time with Grandma Judy for me was just sitting in her room and watching TV with her and just talking about random stuff. We would talk about the most random things and just laugh all day and eat, have snacks, and yeah, you really can't beat those moments, just sitting and being with a person and really just taking in all of who they are. And I think the funniest memory that I have with Nana Murtis is we used to play around with her wheelchair, with her motorized wheelchair, and she used to let us, until like we start doing too much. And there was this one time we went and we was playing in her room, and this is when they used to have the apartment on the hill, and we were on the wheelchair, and me and Jada was playing in her wigs in her room, and she came in there, y'all don't take my wigs off, y'all don't get up out my chair. And afterwards, we sat down at the table and ate and had a good time for the rest of the evening. Yeah, they were just cool ladies. I miss them and I love them. They will be missed greatly. Will always be missed greatly. But yeah, happy birthday, Grandma, and happy anniversary to both of you guys. We love you forever.
This video is from a memory of Nana. I was chilling with Tanya. No, Tanya left and asked me to sit with Nana. And she was like, I sure gotta use the bathroom. And I was like, well, you can't use it right here. We sitting in the living room. You can't use it right here. So you want me to help you walk down the hall? She's like, I don't need you. I could do this all by myself. And then like, oh, Nikki, could you help me? I don't understand.
Okay, so a memorable moment about my mother and I that I had with her. I would say it was a time when after she had surgery, she shared a situation with me in regards to my doctor who performed the surgery on me, Dr. Corellis. And she was sharing that Dr. Corellis had wanted to take me around the world with her to show that my surgery was the first successful surgery that had ever been performed on a rare disease that I was born with called cystic hygroma. And so I asked my mother, I said, well, what happened? How come that never happened? And she said, well, you have been in and out of the hospital so much and been in the hospital for months at a time that once you got out of the hospital, I kind of just didn't want to be apart from you anymore. She's like, but after a while, she thought about it, later on in life that, she should have let me travel with Dr. Corellis because it could have saved so many other people, saved so many other kids' lives and just, other people who the surgery could have been beneficial to. She was like, but just as a mother, when you've been away from your child and you've seen your child go through so many traumatic things, it was just a tough decision for her. So that was something that I didn't know, and I found out, right after the time she had her surgery on her spine. But that was, one of the moments that definitely stands out in my head because it just makes you realize, mothers have to make some real tough decisions at times. In regards to Nana, I can think of one. I mean, there's many that I have both with Nana and my mother, but one of the ones that stands out with Nana Meredith is, I never forget, I found a bag of money. I guess one of the workers had dropped because the workers used to come to the house and drop off money and things like that. So it was a bag with a bunch of money wrapped in it, over $1,000. And I told her, I said, Nana, I found this money outside. I was just like, what should I do with it? She was like, you can keep it. I was like, but I think this is one of the workers, they dropped the money. She was like, you can keep it. She was like, they're just gonna have to learn to be more responsible and they're gonna have to pay that back. And so I didn't question anything else after that. I was like, all right, I took the money. You talking about a kid who wasn't even 10 years old. I probably was about maybe 7 or 8 years old. I got over $1,000 cash and she told me I could do whatever I want with it. So that was definitely something as a little kid that stuck out with me. But there was so many stories. But they had, Tanya asked for one of each. So there's your one for Nana, one for my mother. Love you guys dearly, truly missed, but never forgot.
A fond memory I have of the two beautiful women you see before you is the way that they embodied strength, confidence, and beauty, both inside and out.
Hey, what's up? So, one of my earliest funny memories with Nana would be we were at her nail salon on South Franklin Street, and one of my pop-pops guys came in to deliver something to her, and I said something to Nana, and I called her grandma for some reason. I don't know why, but I said grandma. And if you know Nana, Nana has always been Nana. No grandma, no none of that. It's just Nana. For some reason, I said grandma, and that guy cracked up. He cracked up. He said, man, I give you $1 every time you call her grandma. So I ran with it. Grandma, grandma, grandma. Grandma, 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 grandma. Grandma finna go to the store. Grandma finna go do this. Grandma, 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 grandma. So this guy just kept peeling off money. Boom, 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 boom. I probably racked up about $40 with this dude. So he handed it to me. So he got ready to leave and he walked out the door. So we sitting there and I was like, I'm sorry, Nana. She looked at me. She said, you got some money? I said, yeah. She said, that's all that matters. She said, now go next door and give me a turkey and cheese. Hey, listen. One thing anybody know about my Nana, she gonna get that money. She all about the money. You know what I'm saying? She gonna make it. So if you got a chance to make it, you might as well make it too.
One of my best moments when I was younger with my grandma was she helped me build a snowman out of my clothes. Indeed.
One of the memories I share for Nana Murders is she had this saying, and she was so funny at times. She had a lot of humor. She would say, y'all just keep on living. Just keep on living. And my mother-in-law, she was so dear to my heart, as well as, Nana Murders. They had so much love for the family, and Grandma Judy would make her famous dressing, and it was so delicious to this day. I could just taste it. I just love those memories that she shared in her food, her cooking, and her love for the family. They will continuously be missed. I love them.
So I am going to tell you a short story about when I first met Judy and when I first met Nana. I started coming over to visit TJ and instantly fell in love with Nana and Judy. And anytime I would go inside the room to see Nana, she would just smile and ask me where her candy was. And I'd make sure to give her 2 Ferrero Rochers. She was always happy to have those. Story about Judy was Judy and I both love to cook and we both love to eat. And TJ and I introduced her to some banchan chicken. And Judy used to call me up after work and say, hey, are you coming to Maryland? And I'd be like, yeah, why? What's going on? And she goes, oh, can you stop and get me some banchan chicken? And I would just laugh and make sure that I go get that banchan chicken before I came in because she just loved that banchan chicken. A funny story about Nana is once I started living here, I think I was in the kitchen and I was doing something and I was talking to TJ, and everybody knows I call her Honey Bunny, and I kept saying Honey Bunny, Honey Bunny, and I came out in the living room looking for TJ, and Nana goes, ain't that much honey in the world.
Don't be talking much no more, and you always got your eyes closed.
I'm resting.
You're resting?
Mm-hmm.
So what, you think I shouldn't cry?
No, if you want to cry, go ahead and cry.
Right.
Just don't cry too long.
Don't cry too long?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because I can't take it.
I won't cry in front of you.
But you'll cry, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I ain't gonna cry in front of you. I wouldn't do that. No. I would only cry if you're gone. If you're not with me no more.
Oh, when they take me to the thing,
where?
You're going to start crying, huh?
Take you where?
To the cemetery.
To the cemetery? Mm-hmm. I'm going to get in the casket with you.
No, you can't do that.
Why not?
Because they don't allow that.
They don't allow that?
No.
Oh. Well, what am I going to do then?
You're going to sit around and mope.
Sit around and mope?
Mm-hmm.
Or should we rejoice?
You should rejoice.
We should rejoice?
Mm-hmm.
Because what?
Well, it's supposed to be a happy time.
Because you're going home to be with your Father God?
Mm-hmm. That's right, all right.
So, I'll have to think about that one.
What do you think about it?
Okay, I will.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
All the way to the bank and back.
And back again.
Hey, it's me, Davon, one of the twins. Wanted to say happy anniversary to Judy and Anna. And let's talk about something in the past, funny moment. long story short, me and my brother used to drop big stink bombs, and they used to blow the house up. Tanya, Judy, and them did not like it. They used to hate it. They used to hate it, period. So one day, Tanya and them, they decided to go get us some laxatives, chocolate bars at that. And it was so funny because when them things kicked in, me and my brother back and forth to grab them. You know? Back and forth. And the funniest thing about it, we had to use their toilet, the personal little toilet they had in the room. Oh my goodness, it was so hilarious because I did not expect me using one of them toilets at that age. It was like in elementary school. So we used to just laugh about them toilets. So when we had to use them, and I had mine, and we used to talk about it was just funny moment. Never forget it. Now y'all, be safe.
So a funny moment I have with my Aunt Judy. I was trying to be a good fella, you know. I go outside to wash my Nana's car. She had a old school Chrysler. Chrysler something. I can't remember the name of it. But it was burgundy with the burgundy top, you know, clean car. Nana always had nice stuff. So I caught myself going outside to wash it. So I go in the house. I'm like, Aunt Judy. I think she was in the kitchen washing dishes and something, cooking. She was doing something in the kitchen. So I went in the kitchen. I'm like, yo, can I get some soap? So she handed me the soap. I go outside, put it in a bucket, go back inside. I'm like, when I clean the bathtub, I usually use Ajax and stuff like that. So I ran in the house. I said, Aunt Judy, can I get some Ajax? So she reached up on the counter. She handed me the Ajax. She ain't looking at me. She ain't paying attention to me. She just doing what she's doing, and she just handed it to me. So I go outside. I put it in the bucket. Come back inside. Hand it back to her. I said, you got some spray stuff so I can clean with? So she reached up under there. She handed me the stuff. It might have been like some toilet cleaner or something. I don't know. It was some type of bathroom spray. So she handed me that. I go outside. I pour it in the bucket. I fill the bucket up with water. I go back inside. I hand her that. I come back out the door. I'm washing the car. I spray that thing off with the water hose, and you could just see all the burgundy going down the driveway. I go back in the house. I said, look, I washed the car. They go to the window. You remember the house on Dartmouth Street, you know, we sat up. So they looked down at the car. All they saw was just dull paint. Just dull. They was like, what did you do? I was like, I washed the car. With what? I said, with everything you gave me. I put the blame on Aunt Judy. She had nothing to do with it. She was washing dishes or something. But, man, I remember that like it was yesterday. I think I was probably in like the 3rd grade, 4th grade maybe. I don't even think I got in trouble. To tell you the truth. But, yeah, man, that was funny. I put the blame on Aunt Judy. But all she did was hand me what I asked for.
It's bigger than mine.
There is none like you. No one else can touch my heart like you do. I can search for all eternity, Lord, and find there is none. There is none. There is none like you. There is none like you. No one else has touched our hearts like you do. We can search through all eternity, Nana, and there is none. There is none. There is none like Love you, Nana.
Love you too.
You don't love him all the way to the bank? Alright. He worked now. He a supervisor, so he got some money in the bank.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. He got some dough.
It.
You gave it to him?
You just can't live. No skinny.
Alright, we gonna let you get some rest. Boy, I know that's you under there.
I can speak
You
for
a city.
everybody when I say we love y'all and we miss y'all.